If you're given an equation, so in this case, the equation you're given is y equals 2 over 3x minus 5. What do each of these parts of the equation tell you? So let's start with 2 over 3. What does that tell you about the line? That's a slope, good. And what part of the equation represents the y-intercept? Good, negative 5. This is the y-intercept. So if you know a y-intercept, you can plot that point on the graph, right? Where would I plot the point negative 5 for a y-intercept? Where is that point going to be? We're going to plot that point on the y-axis because it's intercepting at negative 5 right here, correct? If it's a y-intercept, it's going to intercept the y-axis at the point negative 5. Okay? Now we know that this line will rise by how many? What's the rise? Good. The rise is 2. So I'm going to rise by 2. And the run is 3. Am I going to go left or right? Good, because it's positive. Okay? So there's the second point. There's my line. We just took an equation and we drew a line. We can keep going. Rise by 2, run by 3. Plot the next point. Okay, and there we have our line. Next example, I want you to graph the line y equals negative 2x plus 4. This equation tells me where I can start. Where will I start, Alvaro? The equation tells us the y-intercept, which is 4. So where can I start? Positive or negative? On the x or y-axis. Good. Okay, now I want you guys to figure out the slope. The slope is negative 2, but I know that I have to figure out the rise over the run, so I can put this over 1. So I need to rise negative 2. Start at the y-intercept, and how many spaces am I going to move? 2 up or down? Good. 1, 2 down, and then am I going to go left or right? Good, because it's a negative slope, so it's falling to the right. And we can keep going. 1, 2, over 1. We can extend it as much as we want. 1, 2, over 1. Okay, and I can draw my line. What if I want to extend it the other way? If I want to go up 2, am I going to go left or right 1? Left, because we want the line to be straight. Good, and there's the line. It's a straight line. Every single point rises by 2 and runs by 1. It's negative, so it's falling to the right, and it intercepts at positive 4 according to the equation. Okay, so you're given the line, and you have to come up with the equation. Is this equation going to be in the form y equals mx or y equals mx plus b? How do you know it's going to be y equals mx plus b? There's a y-intercept, and it does not start at the origin. So we need to figure out the m and the b, and then just replace it. So we need to find the slope, and we need to find the, what? The y-intercept. We can see that it intercepts at 2. Is that positive 2 or negative 2? So I'm going to replace b with positive 2. That's my y-intercept. So right now I have y equals something, we don't know the slope yet, x plus 2. We still have to put the y and the x in the equation, right? Well, I need to know that something. I need to find the slope. Does it matter which 2 points I choose for the slope? So let's pick which points do you guys want to choose. So we just chose these 2 points, and we're going to count. You guys count the rise.
1, 2,
3, and the run.
1.
Good. So the slope equals 3 over 3. Can we simplify that? What's 3 divided by 3? 1. So there's my equation. Y equals 1x plus 2. That represents this line. Okay, for the last example, again, we're trying to find the slope and y-intercept. Put a point where it intercepts the y-axis. Good. Make it darker. Good. What point is that? Where is that? Negative 1. Good. What's the slope? How much does this line rise by? Positive or negative 3? Positive 3, and then what's the run? It's going to the left. Good, negative 2. So how would I write this equation? Y equals, what's the rise? Good, 3 over, what's the run? Negative 2, and then what? X, excellent, and then what's the B? Negative 1, perfect. There's the equation.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.